This is my Triumph Tiger 900 GT Pro motorcycle I just bought a few days ago. This morning I removed the seat and I connected my 12-volt battery charger to the battery terminals. It took several hours to charge the battery to full, and the strange thing is, after I finished charging and disconnected the charger, the motorcycle dashboard showed a hazard symbol on the bottom left hand side and a spanner symbol on the center top side, which means I should bring it in for service. But this motorcycle has only got about 19 kilometers. There's nothing wrong with it, and elsewhere on the internet people say when you charge the batteries directly it causes the computer to think there's a fault and needs to be reset by the workshop. I think that's silly. I have here a Launch CRP429C OBD2 reader for cars. This motorcycle has an OBD2 connector. What I'm gonna do is connect this with the OBD2 cable and see if I can find out what the trouble code is and erase it. Join me in this video and see if I can succeed. So this is the motorcycle battery. So what I did this morning to charge the battery was to connect the positive alligator clip to the positive terminal of the battery, and the negative alligator clip connect to the negative terminal of the battery. It took about 3 hours to charge the full, and then I removed it. And after charging the battery and removing the battery charger connectors from the terminal, the dashboard shows a hazard warning light, and it also shows a spanner on the top. There's no more information. The spanner just means that I should take it into the motorcycle workshop. But I think it has all to do with charging the battery externally. So I'm going to connect my OBD2 scanner, the CRP429C, which is for cars, and see if we can at least pick up what the DTC error code is. So once you remove the rider seat, you see this. That's the toolkit sitting on a plastic tray, and this cable here, it says Optimate Ready, which is the Optimate charger. And if you open the rubber, you will see inside, I believe this is what's called SAE71 connector. That's to connect to an external battery charger. But this cable is connected directly to the battery terminals, and this component here is the OBD2 port, and that will connect to the motorcycle's onboard computer. If I just take that out, you see that it looks like it's got some grease in there from the factory, and that looks to me like it's a typical OBD2 connector. This is my Launch CRP429C OBD2 reader. I've used this successfully on several cars, including Mitsubishi Triton 3.2 diesel, Volkswagen Golf 1.9 liter TDI, Kia Sorento 2.0 liter petrol. I've got the OBD2 cable connected. This is the OBD2 cable on the scanner. You'll see the male pins. I will now connect this plug to this socket. Okay, it's connected. Let's press OBD2 and see if it reads any error codes. I don't know what fail means. Access fail. Make sure it's connected with generic OBD2. Is ignition on? Yes. Retry. Looks like the car OBD2 reader cannot read the motorcycle OBD2, even though the physical interface is the same. I'm going to cancel. It was worth a try. Alright, this ends the test since it can't read the computer. I'll now disconnect the OBD2 connector, plug it back in. I'm not unduly concerned about the error, because I think all it was from my charging the battery using external battery charger. I don't think this is good from the point of view of a process for the motorcycle, but it is what it is. I want to share with you my saga to find the maximum charging current acceptable to the electronic control unit on my Triumph Tiger 900 GT Pro motorcycle, manufacture year 2023. I have a Matson MW61224 battery charger. It is capable of maximum 10 amps output. After I first charged the motorcycle with this charger, the hazard light and service light appeared on the dashboard. So I set about trying to find out what the maximum permitted charge current is for this motorcycle. I went first to the owner's manual under the maintenance battery charging section, and it states, for help with selecting a battery charger, checking the battery voltage or battery charging, contact your local authorized Triumph dealer. Should the battery voltage fall below 12.7 volts, the battery should be charged using a Triumph approved battery charger. Always remove the battery from the motorcycle and follow the instructions supplied with the battery charger. So it does not tell me what the permitted maximum charge current is. So I went to the official Triumph technical information website. I paid a month subscription in order to access the official service manual version 4 dated 29 September 2022. In the section under electrical, battery, fuses, relays, and battery maintenance, it states, when leaving the motorcycle standing for more than a few days, regularly check the battery voltage using a digital multimeter. Should the battery voltage fall below 12.8 volts, charge the battery using the BatteryMate battery charger. See latest parts catalog for part information. Refer to the instructions supplied with the BatteryMate battery charger. For extended periods of storage beyond 2 weeks, the battery should be removed and the battery voltage checked regularly and charged when below 12.8 volts. So right from the start, the owner's manual and the official service manual, and that is the workshop service manual, do not have their facts consistent. Owner's manual says charge when voltage drops below 12.7 volts, and service manual says charge when battery voltage falls below 12.8 volts, and neither of the two documents say what the maximum permitted charge current is, so no help to me. So this is the Triumph technical information website, and with my paid subscription, I also accessed the service data sheet dated 1st March 2022. And unbelievably, I found a section called Battery and Ignition, and it states charge rate must not exceed 1.1 amp, and to refer to the service manual, but we all know the service manual does not state what the battery charging rate must not exceed. It only states to use BatteryMate charger. But at least now I have one document that says what the maximum permitted charge current is, and it is 1.1 amp. So I subsequently bought the Triumph Optimate Duo 2A. This is model TM588 for Australia and New Zealand. It is a charger recommended by my Triumph dealer. And guess what? The Optimate Duo 2A has a maximum charging current output of 2 amp, which is higher than the maximum 1.1 amp specified in the service data sheet. And after using this charger on my Tiger 900 GT Pro, there are no error messages or warnings displayed on dashboard. So no problems. And on the bottom of the box, it states the exact model number of this product for the different countries. So here we have, in fact, a charger with a maximum charge output of 2 amps, which obviously exceeds the maximum 1.1 amp specified in the service data sheet, but it's okay. So this tells me that Triumph needs to get its act together with regards to technical information like this in terms of consistency and correctness. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Even though I could not get my car OBD2 scanner to communicate with the motorcycle onboard computer, it's okay, because sometimes knowing what doesn't work is also important. Of course, if it worked, it would be even better. But at least now I know. Thank you for joining me in this short video. Do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more and help the channel grow. Thank you so much.